Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. My name is Dina. In my last video, I talked about what you can do on a full moon, different types of rituals, activities, things to make the most of a full moon. If you have not seen that video yet, don't worry, I will link it below and at the end of this video so you can click on that and head over there and watch that video too. But today I wanted to talk about a new moon because although you can do kind of similar things on a full moon and a new moon, the meaning, the symbolism, the themes of a new moon is a little bit different than a full moon. So I wanted to talk about activities to do on a new moon. So first of all, a new moon actually represents new beginnings, trying something new, openness, hope, cleansing. So if you think about it, a new moon is the start of a new cycle. So this is actually the best time to start something new. So a good thing to actually do on a full moon would be to set some intentions, write down some goals, write down some things that you want to manifest, put it out there in the universe. It's a really good time to really reflect and think about what you want to work towards going forward. So number two is to start something new. So if there's a project that you've really wanted to work on but you haven't quite started yet, now is the time to do it. And when I say now, I mean during a new moon. Also, if there's like a new job or a career or something that you've been really wanting to go after or apply for, the new moon is actually the perfect time to apply for that job. Also, it's important to pay attention to who comes into your life at this time, because during a new moon, it's very symbolic or very important to pay attention to these things. I also just want to mention that a lot of this information I actually got from my moon magic book, which I also got information from for the last video. So again, I will link that below in the description box if you are interested in reading that book. So number three, you can actually light a candle, and this is a very, very easy ritual that you can do that really doesn't take much time or resources. So what you're gonna do is light a pink candle and then say the words, "I welcome new opportunities and experiences." And it basically just puts it out there in the universe that you are open to new things. The next ritual that you could absolutely do on a new moon is to create a vision board. Now, I don't think I created my vision board on a new moon. I can't say I paid attention to the moon phase that day. It was just kind of like when me and my friend Laura could get together. But I think the next time I create a vision board, I will definitely do it on a new moon, because if you think about it, you're setting these manifestations, goals, and stuff about what you want to bring about in your life. There's nothing more suited than to create a vision board on a new moon. So the next thing you can do on a new moon is to start off with a clean slate and cleanse your space. Now there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do to cleanse your space. Some people like to smudge with either sage, or some other, I think there's like Palo Santo, there's different types of things that you can burn. I choose not to do that because the smoke is actually bad for birds. There's a lot of things I have to be very careful with my birds. So I avoid burning things, but there's other ways to cleanse the space. So what I actually opt for is one, selenite. I have quite a bit of selenite in my room. It's a cleansing crystal. It's really good for cleansing the space, bringing more positive energy, and also just getting rid of the negative energy. Also, selenite's really good for like cleansing your crystals as well. And then another thing that I actually do is I like to cleanse my space, or clear the space, get rid of any negative energy with sound. So if you have a sound bowl, this is actually a really good way to use your sound bowl. The nice thing with these options is, yeah, you're not creating any smoke, and even if you don't have birds like me, some people are just really sensitive to smoke. I find I'm not the biggest fan of burning sage. I find it's just a little bit too strong for me, and I also have asthma, so like the smoke is just not my favorite. So the next thing that you can do on a new moon is to do a money luck spell. Now there's different types of things that you can do for a money spell. Honestly, there's so many different types of spells online, so you can honestly Google it and find so many different options. I'll tell you about one that's actually in that book that I told you about, Moon Magic. So basically the first step is to give thanks for what you have. They do give you like a little blurb or like almost like an affirmation to say out loud, but really you could write this yourself, and I would suggest writing it yourself because it's a lot more personal. It would just mean more to you if you actually write it yourself. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna actually hold some coins in your hand, and then you're gonna go outside if you can. You can stand underneath the new moon and absorb its energy. If you for some reason can't get outside, then just stand by a window. So the next thing you're gonna do is take deep breaths and basically just release any sort of negativity that you are holding on to. And when you do this, I would definitely let go of any sort of negative feelings that you have towards money. Some people have a lot of built up anxieties and negative energy towards money and making money, and they don't believe that they can make money, or they won't believe that money comes to them. So letting go of these energies is very important. Next, you want to visualize the wealth that you desire. Get specific. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it smell like? How does it make you feel? So really tap into that feeling. And also, if you want to kick it up a notch, you could also light a silver or a white candle while you do this. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to say your intention out loud. Again, the book gives a little intention that you can say out loud, but I would suggest creating your own. So for example, like, money flows to me easily, or you can say, I will stay open to receiving money. Honestly, you can say anything. Those I just came up at the top of my head. So maybe put a little bit more thought into it ahead of time and be prepared for your ritual. So the next thing you're going to do is you're actually going to give thanks and also bury the coins. If you can, bury the coins, or you can tuck them into a hidden place, whether it is a chest or somewhere, I don't know, a box in your closet. Basically, you want to tuck it away. It's almost like you're burying or you're planting the seeds to grow. You're like planting the money to grow. So that's why the earth is a really cool way to do that, is to actually bury the coins. But again, if you don't want to do that, you could always just bury them away somewhere in your room or your house that you're not going to see them for a while. So that is just one money ritual that they give you in the book, but I have seen a lot of money jar spells where you put a whole bunch of different things in a jar and you say an incantation. A lot of these recipes, I usually see like there's some coins involved, there's some herbs usually. I've definitely seen cinnamon. Cinnamon's supposed to be good for attracting money. There's a whole bunch of different things, so definitely look into that. I feel like Pinterest is also a good place for that. I've definitely looked at some like witchy sides of Pinterest, so if you're interested in creating a money jar spell yourself, then definitely go check that out. So the next thing that you can do on a new moon is working through healing grief. Because it is a new beginning, it's really a good time to reflect and work on healing anything that you may be going through. You can honestly do this by reflecting with other people. Like if you're doing a moon circle, it's a good time to reflect and speak up and talk to other people if that's something that you feel comfortable with. If not, there's also journaling, or you can honestly just reflect out loud to yourself if you are alone and work towards letting go of any sort of grief that you are holding on to. So the next thing I would absolutely try to do during a new moon, which just puts you in a really good headspace for a new cycle, is to do a grounding meditation. Honestly, the meditation doesn't have to be very long, but you can honestly just look up grounding meditation, and I guarantee you so many different meditations will come up on YouTube for you. It's really easy to get a free meditation. And yeah, just hit play, get a nice mat or a blanket or whatever's comfortable, and just do a relaxing meditation to put you into the right mindset for a new cycle. So the next thing to do on a new moon, and it's one of my absolute favorites, is to do a new moon card spread. Now you can do this with oracle cards, you can do this with tarot cards, you can use both if you want. I guarantee you there are new moon card spreads. If you don't know what kind of card spread you want to do, you can honestly do any card spread. It's kind of cool when you go with the theme, so I'll see what I can find online and I'll actually link it in the description box below for you if you are looking for a card spread to use. And also along with that, I often like to journal my readings. So if I do a new moon card spread, then I'll actually write new moon card spread in my journal, the date, and then I'll like sketch out my reading, what it looks like, my spread, and then I'll also like write down the meaning of the cards and reflect on it. So it's, yeah, just a nice activity and ritual that you can do whenever there is a new moon. The last thing that you can do on a new moon, and this is actually very similar to one of my first ones, so I should have put them together, but this is just how I wrote it all out. But you can light a white candle for newness and purity. So I mentioned how you can light the pink candle and say that affirmation basically. You can honestly just light a white candle, so this could be a tea light candle, which is very common in most households because not everybody has pink candles. So if you have a white candle and just light it with the intention of pureness and newness and just new beginnings, honestly you could just do that. If you don't have time to do everything else, then just light a regular candle. But again, the difference between just lighting a candle and doing like a ritual that's actually going to help you is the intention. So make sure you're doing it with an intention, whether you're saying it in your head or saying it out loud when you light the candle. It's just a really cool way to set yourself up for a new beginning and bring good things into your life going forward. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also comment below. I'd also love if you guys stuck around and subscribe subscribe to my channel, join the family. Honestly, I would love to have you here, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you again for watching.